My shirt's dirty. I didn't dress up for you guys. So. But my hair's done.
My master's hat is on.
Your hair looks lovely. Yes. I was going to comment on your hair.
Wow. Did you get
your
hair
were?
done?
Yes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Thank you. That's nice. You noticed that I got it done?
He's lying through his teeth.
No, not at all.
That's so nice, guys.
Such bullshit.
Thank you. Jeremy did notice, and he commented as soon as he got home.
Did he?
Did he know you were going to get your hair done?
Yes.
Well,
yes,
then of course he noticed.
Plus, it was curled and down, and usually it's like not nice.
I bet you he started into the compliments before he even looked at you.
Is that what you've learned to do at your house?
Absolutely.
That's how you work.
Which I'm getting ready to open a very athletic beer.
Yeah. So am I. I got a bigger one.
I have
even
nothing.
more athletic.
I have
got
nothing.
a bigger one.
Ready?
I don't have anything. Oh,
it's sprayed.
Oh,
okay.
no.
All right, and off we go.
The computer.
It's here. It must
off
be
to the
time.
race on your brand new computer? Oh, Forman. It's very good today.
Yeah, it's due to underwhelming demand with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that's like the weather in April.
Oh, hang on. I wasn't recording.
Okay, are you recording now? Like right
I
in
missed
the middle.
all of that.
Like right in the middle of, you know.
Real good dinger.
Yeah. You stopped me.
Okay, I'm recording now. You can continue. Hang on. Oh, I missed all the.
Yeah, sure.
Damn it.
The podcast that's like the weather in April. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes great, sometimes really shitty. Which is probably what we should have called the podcast, actually.
I feel like we had every single kind of weather.
Yeah, we should have just called this podcast.
Yeah.
Sometimes great,
sometimes really shitty. Yeah. I think that works.
Sometimes shitty.
Yeah. No, really
Welcome
shitty.
to the Sometimes Shitty podcast.
You're leaving out the
Yeah.
really part is what sells it, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
On today's Sometimes Really Shitty.
And this might be one of those times.
That's right.
Well, I forgot to record,
What's in your freezer, Forman? Forman.
It's my mom's freezer.
Well, we know what's in your mom's
Okay, it was your mom's freezer. Okay.
Okay.
Well, all right. And Forman, you're going to discuss something you learned while playing just like what? A game? I don't know. I
didn't learn anything.
Oh, okay. I forget.
Forman
you tell me.
Played a freaky board game.
We just had an eerie circumstance happen while the four of us as a family were sitting down playing a classic game of Clue.
Oh, I thought it was a
wow.
freaky
That is-
game, but there was four of you and it was eerie. Okay.
That was
That's fine.
freaky. And we'll begin today, the podcast today, with Rachel, who is, as you know,
An athlete.
an athlete.
I think out of the three of us, I'm the most athletic one.
That's the word I was going to use. Really? You think you're the most athletic?
Probably.
Arya.
I think so.
Okay.
Arya. Yeah.
Arya. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
How many steps today?
I don't know. I don't feel the need to track that. I don't have my watch on.
Foreman, do you keep track of yours?
Do I? No, because my Fitbit died. Like they all do. They all just stop working, and you're screwed.
Especially when you use them as much as we do.
There we go.
Do you have a
Yeah.
Fitbit,
Okay.
Rachel? I'll bet it works.
I do.
Does
Yeah,
it work?
works. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I went
I
for a
think got
so.
the big square one, and I don't love the big square one. I think it's too big. I like the screen on it, but
Okay.
I think it just
So
takes
you
up too much
think
space.
you think it still works?
Yeah, I haven't dug that out.
I mean, even without one, I know I did
Yeah.
go for a good 50-minute walk run yesterday morning.
Wow.
How many minutes did you walk run for, Rach?
20 maybe. I walked, not ran. I more
I didn't
sauntered
run. I
around
ran.
the block with the dog.
I ran on the weekend. I walked yesterday. Today was a tougher day because it was really quite nasty outside. But
Yes.
I did close to, I don't know, 9K. Rach?
Wow.
Yeah, right?
No. Nope.
No.
I went
But
out
you're
and,
the
and
athlete.
we sped walked around the block today.
Okay.
Because I knew the rain was coming. Today is the rain. It's ice rain today. And anyway, we got home just in time.
But you're the athlete of the group, of course.
Yes, well, I am going to play golf again this summer. And not only that, but I am going to join a ladies' league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hang on a
So-
second. You're going to play golf again this summer.
Yeah.
How many times did you play golf last summer?
At least 6.
Once.
No, more than once. You guys don't believe me, but I did golf quite a bit.
One time, you only talked about it once. We brought it up at the live
Yes.
show. Jeremy confirmed it was only one time.
He was lying.
no.
He
No.
was with me almost every time I went.
And cue the clip from this time last year where you said you were going to join a ladies' golf league last year.
Okay, we didn't end up joining the league last year.
Oh, I see. Okay,
so
sure.
this year, and there was a few different girls involved, and then it kind of fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
So this year, we decided that there's 5 of us. So, because knowing we may not all be able to go on the same night, or we'll just do a 3-some and a 2-some, whatever. We decided we couldn't make any decisions until we went to Beer Town for a girls' dinner. So we had to go out last weekend, real hardship, for a girls' dinner at the new Beer Town at White Oaks Mall, which was lovely. Not cheap, though. Not cheap. So we did that. And we discussed, and we did say, actually, in the middle, we can't forget to talk about golf because that's why we came. We can't go home not having talked about it.
So you didn't.
Oh, okay.
So we
So-
did talk about it. We
Oh,
said,
Okay, good.
So where?
so when
do you
are
wanna
you?
go?
Yeah. When,
So
so
we're
when will this
choosing
all?
between 3. We were choosing between 3 golf courses to join.
Okay.
But now
I
I think
think it's
we've narrowed it
important you-
down to 2.
I think it's important you name those for the rest of us who actually play golf.
Okay,
so
we're
that
thinking of
we're not
either-
there anywhere around when you're there.
So,
Well,
I mean,
we were-
it's only one day, Dave, but yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
yeah.
be one day.
Sure.
Or maybe not. This sounds to
Right.
me like a group of girls
Mm-hmm.
who would like to join a golf league
Yeah.
got together to discuss this, but basically all you did was you went out to dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no,
Are you
did
gonna-
discuss it. I wasn't
and-
prepared to discuss it unless we were out at a dinner. So, I mean, we didn't have much choice.
What does
Right.
that mean?
We had to
So
go.
essentially, you just needed
My
a
friends
night
agreed. They said, "Yeah, we figured that would be the case, so we might as well just book a reservation, and then we all go out.
out. So you had
We'll
a
leave our
night out.
husbands and children at home,
Uh-huh.
and we'll go out and discuss our ladies' league.
Okay.
that
So
we're
what
gonna
did
join.
and what came out of that?
Which one will we grace with our
No.
presence?
How many times? How many people? What are the rules?
How
all
many
of that
times?
stuff. How much of that was discussed at your golf dinner?
Well, we were just trying to choose a golf course to go
Right.
to.
What are the menus
mean?
like at the 2 restaurants of the 2 pro shops of the 2
Well,
finalist golf courses?
that's the thing. That's kind of the sticking point, actually.
Oh, how did he know?
This is just
Yeah, I think that's the sticking point. Well, there's 3 golf courses we're thinking of. Crumlin Creek, because they have a ladies' league, but that's a 12-hole, so that's just a little too much. The Willows.
Too much.
Yeah. Well,
wait a
and then-
second. 12 holes is too much.
Yeah, like 9 is perfect. You know.
You know, you realize 18 is a round of golf.
Yeah, I
right?
know, but we'll just do half. Like 9 is good. You know. 12 is doable, but it's like you're really tired by the end. You know.
And the
So-
foursome
We're
stuck
talking about
behind
golf
you is
here.
pissed.
Are you walking
No,
or
they're all
riding?
so
Are
gonna
you
be women.
like? Did
We're
you walk?
definitely riding. Yeah,
Okay,
we got a
and-
cart.
So you're tired after 12
Well, you
holes
swing
of,
a lot more than
of
the men.
riding. You're tired.
And swinging. We swing. We might swing and miss a few times, which, by the way, takes a lot of energy when you're not actually hitting something. It's like it's a real.
Do you keep
suck.
track of your score?
Well, that's the thing with the ladies' leagues is that you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know when you swing and miss.
I think though. Yeah.
You know when you swing and miss at the ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's one.
Right. I think we've all decided that maybe 8 is our max, probably for like a hole. Like we'll just max out it. If you don't know what you got, just put 8. I think that's
What do you mean if you don't know what you got?
like if you got 12, you got 8, you know?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think there is
okay,
a
so
number of like if you are obnoxiously too high, you just pick. You go to like 8 or 9 or something. That's the
Right.
number.
I think we'll just do that.
Well, I
Because that
encourage
seems
you to pick up the ball
more
after
fun for
more
the rest.
than 8 shots, and please
And
get
just
out of
throw
our
it
way
into
if
the
we're
hole.
behind you, right? So
well, that's the trouble. yeah.
I do encourage that. However,
Yeah.
there's a certain protocol. There's a certain, golf isn't just something that you could take willy-nilly.
It isn't?
No, you have to respect the rules.
Well, I mean,
No,
Yeah.
Forman?
It's not happening.
No.
I mean, in this case, it's not.
I know.
do you respect the rules when you're out 3 times
I know
a week?
when I've golfed that
That's
I
no
can.
fun.
When I golf, I can pre-fill out the scorecard with a bunch of 9s and just leave it
Yeah.
at that, right?
Right.
And I'll try
I
a
don't
few
care.
Okay,
and
all right.
go along at the pace of the other 3
can't
people
do
I'm
this.
with who know how
Yep.
to golf, and that's
Sure.
just I'll be there. Sometimes I get a decent shot, and sometimes
Right.
I can't
just,
do this. I can't.
I
Can we
wait.
stop now?
Sometimes I
cannot.
get a par,
I-
and sometimes I get an 8. And the fun
No,
of it is
wait a
we don't
second.
know what's going to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
on each
well,
hole.
Well, I can almost believe that sometimes Foreman gets a par.
You can't believe that I'm an athlete. I'm a hockey player. I'm a golfer.
Oh, how's the hockey going? How many goals?
No goals, but I touch the puck every game. And
Like with
it's
your
going
hand
okay.
or with your stick?
No,
with your
with my
skate?
stick. Yeah,
Does
with
it
my
hit
stick.
you in the back?
No, it hit me in the head one time.
Well, that's not touching the puck, Rachel.
Yeah, but with the stick I do.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, no, I haven't gotten any goals.
Are you done now? Is the league?
No, we have one more, so I'll have an update for you next time. This,
Okay, I can't wait.
This podcast is just turning into Rachel the athlete, like
Yes, it
Rachel's
sure is.
athleticism.
There's no
All the
question.
updates.
No question about that.
Yes.
Is there a dinner after the final hockey game?
Well, I think we're all going to plan like a get together or
I
go
figured.
out
Yeah,
at some point.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Right. That's
Yeah.
fun. Anyway, so the problem with golf is that we have to
problem
find
with
a
golf?
place that serves dinner. We require that. So only 2 of them serve dinner. So that's cuts down our options. But the third one we liked, but they don't have a dinner. So I don't know what's going to happen with that either. And they don't serve booze either at one of them. But you can bring your own. So
I used to live at a golf course
did you?
in Halifax. Down the street was the clubhouse
Oh,
with a beautiful restaurant, great menu,
Okay.
a huge bar.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
a lovely spot. Never golfed there.
you just went to the restaurant.
Never golfed there. It was a good championship. It was a real hard course too.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
And now in the news, they're opening up a Nordic spa.
There. Wow. You would have really
All-
been living the life if you'd stayed.
I know. It was all the benefits that have nothing to do with golf.
Yeah.
What a
There's a
shame you
Nordic
left.
spa at a golf course
Yeah.
near here in Oxford County. I'm going to go.
Why
to that
aren't you
sometime.
picking that one?
Well, maybe we should. It's a little far. But I'm going to go to the Nordic spa for sure. Maybe that'll be the next girls' night out.
It might replace the ladies' league.
Yeah, maybe.
You really are the athlete. Wow. This is due to underwhelming demand. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. This is the podcast that's just like the Masters golf
The
tournament.
Masters.
Yes, most people can't get into it.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Well-
true. I mean, that's a fact. I know.
Kinda sad, I guess.
I can't get into it. I mean,
The
I've never
most
gotten.
popular weekend for vasectomies.
That's right.
Is it? That's funny. I bet you it is actually.
Forman.
I bet you
Forman.
people do it at that time or Super Bowl or like.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
I believe
I bet you they do.
the 3 of us talked to Brett Kissel live on the radio one time, specifically about that.
Yes.
Did
And it was
we? Oh, I
something about
forgot.
it was like his brother or friend or whatever that specifically scheduled one for the Masters weekend.
It's a
Well,
smart
you
thing
know, if
to
you're
do.
sitting around, it's not a bad idea.
That's the best way to do
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, last weekend
Schedule
my
your
whole
vasectomies.
family and I were sitting around a board game.
Oh, okay.
That was
Nothing
perfect.
to do with vasectomies, but yeah,
No.
sitting around. Okay.
No, the four, Harley and Emily and Ashley and I had nothing to do with the vasectomy.
Okay.
It has everything to do with the fact that they won't have any other siblings.
Yes, that's, yeah. Right. Did you
But-
schedule yours around the Masters?
Did you?
No.
No, your
No.
schmishmectomy. When did you do the?
I don't recall what time of the year. I just recall all the potholes on the way home. And the
That would
argument
do it.
of Ashley wanting to go through Tim Hortons drive-through and me saying, no, the freezing's wearing off. I need to get home and have another Tylenol or
That's
Advil.
right. Please hurry up.
Oh,
And
my
her
God.
not understanding that.
Yeah. I gave
that-
birth without medication or an epidural. I don't feel bad for you.
No, she did not.
I
Yeah,
did.
That
I
sounds
did, though.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I
the
have
two-
no idea what this has to do with your
doesn't.
family doing a board game.
It does not. It
Yeah.
does not.
Look, I've got the. Why do I have the thumbs up here again on my screen?
I don't know. It's
I'm
whatever
gonna try
you
and
do.
do the
No.
the
didn't
way
work.
the celebrating.
No, didn't work.
It'll bring up balloons.
Good
in a
for
minute.
everybody listening, but thanks,
Okay.
Rach.
Go ahead, Forman.
All right.
But we were all sitting around and playing, much like how the type of activity Rachel likes to do at her house. We were all playing Clue. You know, the game where you have to figure out
What does that mean? What
who
activity?
murdered someone with what weapon in what room.
Yeah, isn't that your
Oh,
whole
for
that's
murder
your whole
mysteries? I
that's your
see.
whole deal, Rachel.
I've
You
done it
teach-
one
you
time. I
teach
don't know why
kids
you
about-
think that this is
you
my.
teach kids about murdering.
Yeah,
you teach
yeah,
kids
yeah.
to watch.
And
you
we
know,
were watching a show called Ghosts just
and,
before
you know,
I came down here.
and plays where people
Yes.
are murdered,
Right.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's your
West Side
whole-
Story.
It's your modus
That's our whole-
operandi. Yeah, that's
yeah,
your thing.
MO.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have the gang conversation with Emily, the 7-year-old, about how you get murdered if you join a gang.
Oh, well, that's steers them clear, I'm telling you.
But she does enjoy Clue, and I don't think maybe she hasn't really noticed that what's happening in the game is someone got murdered and you're trying to solve it.
I
don't
have
know
to
if
be
she's
honest.
really
I
gotten
didn't.
that.
I didn't really understand all of that either. I just knew that you had to figure out where it was done and who did it and in what room. And then at some point I got a little older and we actually read the rules. And the dead guy's name is Mr. Body, I believe.
Oh.
If you read it, yeah, I think so. Mr.
I had
Body.
no idea.
Mr. Body died, but in what room? And
Oh.
who did it to Mr.
Yeah,
Body?
because you don't have the information of who died.
Right.
It's just like Colonel Mustard and all
Body.
these, and
Yeah.
Professor Plum,
Like, who
or
did
all
it?
the people
Yeah.
could be the people that did it.
Okay, okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Ah, interesting.
I
Not
didn't
really,
know
but
who the murdered person was, yeah.
no.
Well, that's the whole point.
Okay.
No, the whole point is find out who did the murdering. No one cares who got murdered.
Sure, yeah, no.
Well,
I think-
true.
Right.
True.
Right.
Mr. Body got murdered. That's who got murdered.
Okay.
So we're playing this, and to get going, you each roll a die to figure out who goes first. Whoever gets
Okay.
the highest number goes first, right?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Emily rolls a 6.
That's usually we'll win.
Ashley rolls a 6.
Oh,
Usually we'll tie the okay.
Harley rolls a 6.
no.
I roll a 6.
Wow.
goodness.
All 4 in a row.
No way.
Ah, that's freaky.
That's what we all thought.
That is freaky.
How about that? Moving on. Let's roll again, because obviously we haven't figured out who goes first yet.
Sure.
Kidding.
Emily rolls a 5. Ashley rolls a 5.
No.
No.
Harley rolls a 5. Forman rolls a 5.
My
Oh
goodness.
my goodness.
I know. Now that is something.
That is something. Did you go down to 4 next?
No.
I'm not sure if it's something or
That's
not.
something.
I think
It's
it's something.
sort
Is
of-
your house built on a burial ground?
It
What
was
does
a field.
that have to do with anything?
It was a field. I bet you
Some
there's
field.
a ghost.
Well, where every house
There's-
is used to be a field,
What are
but
you
yes.
talking
I
about?
bet you there's a body and a ghost. Like, I
What
don't
does
know.
that
I think
mean?
it's his house is haunted.
It's a 2-year-old house.
It doesn't matter. I think they've messed with your die, and that's it. Die, get it?
Playing Clue. I know.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to have to keep going because I really don't think this is much of anything other than
I do.
Well,
That's
I don't know.
Very unusual. What are
I
the
don't think
odds
it's-
of that happening?
I don't think it's 4 people. The odds of them rolling a 6 pretty good.
No.
No.
Yeah, I would say
I don't
pretty
think so.
good.
odds of
because
that
there's
happening.
6 numbers and then 4 people and like
I'd say
all
it's
rolling
pretty
the
good.
same number all the
I'd
time.
say it's
Like
pretty good.
The
Look,
odds of that
if you
happening
can get
once in a row is 1 in 1,296.
That's still not very
once
much.
in a row. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
That's not
odds of like
much.
the same. So 2 people rolling a 6 is 1,000. What
No,
is
the odds of 4 people in a row.
Yeah, see, it's
Oh,
not
4
that
people
rolling
in
a
a row.
6 is the odds of that happening is 1 in 1,296.
That's not
Wow.
that
the odds
big
of
a
us
deal.
all doing it again and rolling 5s are double that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
All right, you're
that's
not going to
weird.
really, you're not drawing me into this nonsense until you get down to the 2s. Did you roll again?
Wouldn't
Did
it be
you all get 4s?
even freaker if you did all of the numbers? You went 6
Yeah,
to 1.
Like, I'm waiting for the story here. Did you all get 4s?
How is that not enough of a story?
That's a story. I think that's something. I
think
think there's a
it's-
ghost
I think
playing a
it's
trick on
pretty-
you.
That's
I think
insane.
it's
Yeah.
pretty much nothing.
No,
Like,
I think it's
close.
something.
It's close to being about how much you discussed golf at your dinner. Not at all.
Incredible.
We discussed it.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
And you look at, if you try and search, what does it mean if we all roll 6s or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
If everyone rolls a 6, that could be interpreted as a time of abundance, prosperity, and good fortune.
Oh, wow.
And then if everyone rolls a 5, that could be interpreted as a time of change, transformation, or a need to let go of the past.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
And had all those things been brought up if we were playing the game of life, that's like jackpot for the Formans.
Well, yes.
Because we were
Yes.
playing Clue, I don't know.
Yeah, it means nothing.
So a time of change is coming and a time of abundance. That's
no,
good
it's
news.
nothing. They're just
I
playing
think it's
Clue.
like a fortune
They're
teller.
They're playing Clue. It's
You might
not
as well have been
fortune.
doing tarot cards,
my
I feel
goodness.
like.
Letting go of the past.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you? So what did you do? Did you stop immediately? Go? Well, we can't keep going, and told the kids go to bed, or what?
No, we all rolled and had normal rolls and played the game. And I won.
And who won?
I won. Of course
Okay.
I won.
What are the odds of you
Of
winning?
course, I won.
And you want it, here's the thing that we actually haven't talked about at all that I've been thinking about since this,
Okay, yes. I'm leaning in.
is
to
that one of the last times we ever played Clue, because Clue's like new as a board game here. I think it came at Christmas. So
Okay.
we haven't had Clue for years. My parents have the original Clue. And the last time I played Clue there
Yeah, you
was
won.
with Ashley and me and Harley. Ashley was pregnant with Emily, I believe, and my father.
Oh,
And he handily beat us all
wow.
It was your dad.
before
It's
we
your dad
lost
coming
him.
back.
Before
I
you
think
lost
so.
it.
Yes.
And so I don't. Anyway, I don't know.
he
It
wanted
all
you to
seems
know
like-
so that he gave you all the same roll
well,
2
if it
times.
was-
Yes.
I'm in now that you bring up that's an interesting that I like. That I like. The last time you
don't think it's a
played-
random ghost that was buried under his home?
No.
No.
No, of course not.
And I'm not into any of that at all. But
there might be something
I'm
there.
totally into
when
it.
you
I
bring
think
up,
that's- yeah.
I like when you bring up your sure.
I think
I'm in.
so.
I,
That stuff happens all the
now-
time. I'm
now-
telling you.
You don't even know what we're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you're talking about ghosts and things.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's
Signs from the other side.
There's a coincidence here that I will say that while I didn't think it was anything to begin with, I now think it's something. So thank you, Foreman.
Okay.
thank you.
All right. No.
Thank you for giving me the benefit of the doubt.
No, thank you. Thank
Right.
you.
Because if you didn't, you were about to get haunted.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand. It's the podcast that's guaranteed to make you smile, especially when it's over. Yeah, in particular when it's over.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
sometimes
sometimes. Sometimes only when it's over.
yeah.
If you're there when it's over, why are you still there?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Leave now. You'll
Leave now.
smile.
Get out now.
Put a smile on your face. Get out now.
Go do something with your life.
Because we're about to discuss what's the weirdest thing in your freezer.
Again?
Well, I know. I don't like to do these things twice. And Forman, it wasn't your freezer, and I get that.
Yeah.
It's your
It was
apparently
39-year-old breast milk, though.
39-year-old breast milk meant for Forman.
Uh-huh.
At least we
You're
assume.
40 this year, Forman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Almost
Shut up.
40, almost 40-year-old
40's
breast.
fine.
Almost 40-year-old breast milk.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Almost.
would have to actually be 40 minimum then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, minimum. Anyway, but that's in your mom's freezer.
Well,
correct?
technically, it's probably from
Gee, I hope
before
so.
you turned 1. So
That's not in
probably
mine.
is.
Well, that would be before he turned 1, he
No,
would
in
have
your
been
mom's.
40. Once he's born, he's in his first year. So he's technically in his 40th year right now.
Already.
Not
He'll
yet.
be going in a couple months.
That's way down the road.
You're in your
Right.
41st year, just like Rachel's.
months
Can
is
we
like-
start
already.
talking about Dave's thing and not my age?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
freezer. The
Okay,
freezer.
yeah.
Well, you
What
brought that up.
Weird
the
shit is in yours.
Yeah, what weird stuff's in your freezer? And I didn't really give it that much thought. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I haven't actually gone. Now my freezer, we had a freezer and it died. Like it just died. So we
Oh,
lost
no.
a few things out of the freezer and then bought a new freezer. So I don't think there's anything all that strange. But I don't think strange things have to be in your freezer for a long period of time. What I'm suggesting is, Forman, what's in your mom's freezer, not only has it been there in almost infinitely, almost 40 years. That's a long time. Although maybe it was transferred from freezer to freezer to
Well, it
freezer.
seems like it
I
was,
sure hope
actually.
so. I hope so.
It
Or
has.
I
But
would
I
like
don't
to
know
know
why you'd keep it.
Yeah, or I'd like to know where your mom and dad got that freezer because it's a good one.
Yeah, really.
But I think you could have something weird in your freezer that hasn't been there that long,
Right.
right? And again,
Okay,
I'm
sure.
pretty sure when I was doing when I thought about talking about this, I didn't do my own research and check my own freezer.
Oh.
But I have a pretty good idea what's in there. We have a freezer, but it's a little one. Like
Okay.
it's not a big one, and
Yeah.
it's not full, and we're not like you, Rachel. We don't stock our freezer for the
Full.
whatever
Can
when
you even get the lid closed on yours?
yeah, Rachel, can you
Yes,
get it?
actually, right now it's like 3/4 full.
Why would happen?
I don't know. We just ate stuff, and food's expensive, so I'm not buying as much. I don't know.
Okay, all right. You're just
yeah.
living. You're
Kind of living on the edge.
Oh,
yeah.
wow! Look at you.
I know,
You've gone.
I know.
You're not the.
Yeah.
You're not the woman we once knew.
I know. Groceries
you're
are expensive.
You're changing or evolving or something.
Though.
I
Well,
don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, a
It's
friend
still
of mine.
3/4 full. Let's
Yeah,
all
it's still
calm
quite
down a
full.
bit.
Yeah.
And is it a large?
And then
or
we
small?
look into it, and we're like, we're running out of food. Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm sure
Is it a
it's
big
enormous.
freezer or a little?
no,
one?
it's
Big?
not a huge one, but it's not. It's like a medium sized. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, a friend of mine brought this up the other day, and I said, "No, you don't." And he goes, "Yeah, I do." I
What?
said, "In your freezer, you." have
Oh.
it." Oh, yeah. And I said, "Well, I'll tell you what it is, and you can, because the only way to play this game." Rachel, do you have anything strange in your freezer? Have you looked?
Not. I don't think so. I've got a big ham in there that now
A
that
big
Jeremy,
ass ham, like
big ass ham from Costco that we can't have because Jeremy can't eat it. So I have to like give it to somebody. I don't know. And then Jeremy can't have like red meat and stuff anymore.
Oh,
so
okay,
that's
yeah.
we can't have
Is
ham.
ham
That's
red meat?
understandable.
Yeah, pork is it's like
Ham's
fatty.
very red meat,
It's
actually.
fatty.
It's
Oh.
very
So, like,
red.
he can't have a lot of fatty foods anymore. I've got like chicken broth, chicken stock that I made in jars. That's been there for a while.
And you find that unusual? Weird?
No, I don't
Strange?
know. I guess I don't have a lot of
The
unusual
normal
things
things to have in a freezer.
Okay, because
Yeah.
my friend Forman's mother has for the breast milk for a man in
baby
his
who's
40th year.
an adult. Yeah,
Yeah, an adult man in his 40th.
her little baby.
My
Forman.
friend says I got a dead cat in my freezer.
Oh my god.
What? Why? Why?
Well, because it died.
Why don't you not put it in the freezer?
Like their pet? Their
Why
own
is it
pet
in the
cat?
freezer?
Okay.
What are you doing with it in the freezer? No.
Well, it's in the freezer because
No.
it's dead.
Don't
Okay.
put it there.
If you have a dead cat, Rachel,
Bury it in the yard.
that's a good plan. But if you're not sure what you want to do with your dead cat,
What are you going to do with it?
Well, do I want to bury it? Do I want to cremate it? I don't know what I want to do with my dead cat. So my friend's kid, one of his kids, these are older. He's got a couple of older kids living with him still, which again, I feel, and I'm not judging, is problematic.
Okay, so if they
because
go
this is how-
into, say-
this is how you end up with dead cats in your freezer.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Was
Am
it
I
dead
right?
when it went in there?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as
So
I know,
you're telling
Forman.
me that when these kids come
not
home
dead yet.
and they want, say a pizza pop, they've got to dig around this dead cat?
Okay. That was my first question.
Yeah.
Because, and we'll get to this,
Yeah.
that cat's been in the freezer for quite some time.
Oh my.
Okay. So when the cat died, we couldn't decide a guess. These are not my children. These are his children.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't decide. Whoever's, I don't know which child, and it doesn't matter. They shall remain nameless. One of them owned the cat. It was their cat. And so when the cat died, they were like, well, I don't know what I want to do, with,
You have to make
Fluffy.
a quick decision.
I'm not
because-
sure where I would like to put Fluffy. I don't.
Right.
It's a little cold. Maybe I don't want to put Fluffy in the ground. It's too cold. Although that seems like probably a bad excuse because if you put Fluffy in the freezer, then it doesn't matter anyway. They couldn't decide what they wanted
Yeah.
to do. Maybe they wanted to send Fluffy out to sea. Maybe they wanted to cremate Fluffy. Maybe they wanted to bury Fluffy, but they just couldn't decide. So the idea was put forth, can we put Fluffy in the freezer? To which Dad says, you put that cat in the freezer. It better not be there in 6 months. That's
6 months?
That was his rule. Now he's
about 1 week tops?
That's a very nice dad, I think. That's
6 months
that's a
is
caring, understanding
generous.
dad. He basically said that cat better but the cat better not be there in 6 months. Okay.
Extremely
So,
lenient.
Yeah. So
I would
here's
say
what we did
6
with
hours. Like, make a decision.
Fluffy was bagged, wrapped,
Oh, God.
boxed.
Poor
okay, so
Fluffy.
Fluffy's not
Contained.
touching any food. Anyway, Fluffy's frozen solid. It wouldn't matter anyway. It's not going to matter, Rachel. It's
still very gross.
look. You think your ham's not gross? Why is Fluffy gross?
Well, my
your
ham's
ham
been
is a
like
dead pig,
chopped up and skinned and all.
and
It's
in
like
your
butchered.
and in your freezer.
Yeah, well, the cat's not butchered. That's not that I would want it to be.
And I'm
just
not
to
sure
clarify,
which one. I'm not sure which one's better now.
if your cat dies, make
what-
a quick decision. You're under the gun. It forces your hand. You've got to make a decision. That's just how it is.
Anyway, it turns out when I found out about said cat, Fluffy,
Yeah.
6 months is up.
Yeah.
I said, you're putting me on. You've had a cat in your freezer. Yeah. 6 months.
Oh my
I
God.
said, well, now what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I told them no longer than 6 months.
The ground's still frozen.
Is it ever?
This
So
is
I guess
this is-
cremation it is.
no. This is why
There's
you
the
have
decision.
This is why you have oversized green bins.
A green bin.
Gone.
Put it in the green bin.
Is that an organic?
Kind of.
I don't think so.
How would it not be?
It's got bones.
It's completely organic.
If I find a dead mouse outside, guess where it's going to? They'll be together.
What is
It's
it,
almost
Dave?
over.
Yeah, it's almost.
What is
this
it, Dave?
is almost over. Thank goodness. This is due to Underwhelming Demand. It's a podcast. It's Dave, Rachel, and Forman. It's almost over. You're right. We're at the end. Don't forget, we have a website. It's underwhelming.ca. You can go there and sign up for the newsletter and see all kinds of fun things. Or you could go there and do something very important, sponsor us.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we seem to be sponsorless.
We are sponsorless. We are
Yes.
lacking sponsors.
Yes.
We are in need of sponsors. And
Yes.
even if you just want to do one episode, love that. Underwhelming.ca, we've got prices beginning at $75 per episode. And yeah, whatever you want, we can do it.
We trust that Rachel left Beertown at White Oaks Mall a sponsorship information package.
Yes, of course.
I didn't. I should have, though.
Of course.
Should carry that around with
Although
me.
we'll edit out the part where she says it's really expensive there.
Well, it's not cheap. Yeah.
yeah,
But it was very delicious. I had the very best burger in a long time.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Well,
So,
good. All right.
worth
There-
it.
There you go, Beer Town.
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy us a coffee. You can. It's easy to do that when you go to our website. And some people have bought us coffees. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Anne Henry, who bought 5 coffees for us, saying, "You three
Wow.
always put a smile on my face. I look
Oh.
forward to listening every week."
Thank
Oh,
you,
nice.
Anne. That's so nice. 5. Wow. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you so
Good.
much.
Okay. Awesome. Someone didn't leave a name. It just says someone bought 4 coffees, and there's no message. So
Nothing.
thank you so much. I know. Well, we like to thank you on here
anonymous.
publicly
Sure.
if you have purchased a coffee for us, which are $5 each. So if you go to our website, underwhelming.ca, it's right there on the main page. There's a little
And I would
coffee
like to-
symbol at the bottom.
Even though I don't get anything from it, but I do certainly like the name recognition and the publicity. And I would like to thank anyone, including someone named Jana Collins, who says she purchased 4
Yes, she
Forman's Elbows Up Canadian pies.
Yes, we were there.
Oh,
we
how
went
were
and
they?
bought 4 of them. I really liked mine. I really did.
Okay.
And it got 2 thumbs up from the girls. So
Great.
Oh,
Really
So
good.
what's in it? It's like a chocolate pecan pie.
Chocolate, pecans, walnuts, Murphy's Law apple pie moonshine from
right.
Elmira, and 40 Creek butter tart cream.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
yes.
really good. It's really
I'll
good.
have to get up there and get it. Arva's far from me, but
And these
anyway.
are the what are they called? The two witches of
2 Witches of Middlesex County Pie Company sell them at the Red River Cafe, which is beside the Arva Flour Mill. And I was up there with my wife Ashley on the weekend and
Oh.
also purchased 1 remaining pie after Jana had almost cleaned them out.
We cleaned them out. We did.
Really?
I thought we had cleaned them out.
Dave
yeah.
bought 4, so you only got 1.
Well, they're little. They're not large.
They're personal pies.
Yes, they're
I
smaller
see.
pies.
They are
Yes.
personal pies. You can direct
Okay.
order from the 2 Witches, though, and get
They
a
will make you a
full-size
big
pie.
one. Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm
yeah.
sure maybe I'll have to do that. Yeah.
Very nice
Okay.
ladies. Very good pies. Highly recommend. Highly
Yes.
recommend. They
Oh,
close
well,
at
it
3,
sounds-
by the way. They close at 3. You got to get there on
The
time.
Red River Cafe does?
Yeah, they close
Yes.
at 3.
Because
Okay.
if you look it up on maps, Arva Flour Mill closes at 5, but the
But
cafe closes
the cafe
at 3.
is at 3.
Oh,
you got to
okay.
remember that.
Get there
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, go. Get yourself
Good
an
to know.
elbows up.
And
Ask,
we have a
ask
do
for the foreman.
damn right ask for the foreman.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Julie probably will plan to go there at some point too because she left a message saying the pie sounds so good. And I agree with Rachel on the undergarment issue.
Oh,
Which
That
one
is-
is that?
that you
It's-
don't wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's double the laundry, the undershirt gets sweaty, and the outer one gets dirty. Sorry, guys.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends on what you're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
I know what Rachel is you're a voice actor. That's what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know that you're getting a lot of dirt on the unless you slop
No.
your lunch. I don't.
Well, I am an athlete, as you know, but I
Oh,
typically
yeah, I
wear
forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about
athletic
that.
clothing when I'm
Yeah.
out doing that. so,
Right.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah. Remember it was Hershey Lady, a.k.a. Joanne,
Right.
who had the furnace break down. Well, it didn't break down, but then it was minus 13 in her house.
Right. And Grandma unplugged it.
Don't
Grandma turned it off.
get it repaired on the weekend. It'll cost a ridiculous amount.
Right.
And
Yes.
it didn't need to be
Oh,
repaired.
okay.
Anyway, yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot, and please don't read this on your podcast, Foreman.
Oh no.
My house that was 13 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit.
Okay. Yes. Fahrenheit would be quite cold.
She specifically said it was the other way around. I had no
Right.
idea what I was thinking when I typed that. LOL. But love listening to you guys.
It was
You make me laugh.
probably late at night and you'd had a drink and, we get it.
Could
It's
be.
fine. That's
Could be.
fine.
Yeah. There are a couple
Maybe
of
some of that
to it.
40 Creek butter tart or whatever, and then that's what happened.
Rachel, you had posted this whole script of a whole scene playing out with you and your kids in the car,
That's right. I did. Yeah.
going from thinking you're cool to having a podcast on YouTube to realizing you're not that cool because we don't
Right.
have Mr. Beast millions of views.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. So my kids
we?
do love Mr. Beast. I really
Ugh.
like Mr. Beast too.
Ugh.
I do because he gives a lot of money to charity and he does a lot of good works. Whereas a lot of other YouTubers, well, I don't know that they do. I mean, I get that it's part of his show and whatever, but he does a lot of really good and big good things.
He does,
So I
but
appreciate that.
I cannot tell you how much I thoroughly enjoyed him being a guest on someone else's podcast where he talked about the obscene amounts of money he lost to create Beast games for Amazon.
I'm sure.
Thoroughly enjoyed hearing about how many millions of dollars floated out of his bank account. It delighted me to no end. Continue.
Oh, he's for sure. He said he's a billionaire on paper. He's
Yeah.
a billionaire because he's got so much money. And
Great.
the YouTube videos he does, they cost money, but they're business expenses. So anyway, I do appreciate that he does a lot of good. He
Yes.
helps a lot of people. So I was in the car driving and somebody, I think they commented on our YouTube video or something. So I had a YouTube notification and my kids are looking over my shoulder and they said, "Mom, is that a YouTube notification?" Because obviously. And I said, "Yeah." "Why do you have that?" I said, "Because we have a YouTube channel for the podcast." And they were like, "You do?" Like, "Yeah, you didn't know that?" And they're like, "Yeah, well, you didn't know that." And I'm like, "Okay." "Do you have subscribers?" I said, "Yeah, we have subscribers." "How many?" "Like maybe 200. "Oh, because it's not a million, right?"
No.
I said, "Guys, not everybody has 1 million followers, "Well, how long have you had one?" Like maybe it hadn't been that long and, Mom's just getting started, so that's why she doesn't have 1 million. I said, "I don't know, maybe 2 years or so." And they're like, "Oh." And Jeremy's like, "You should have said 2 weeks because they were trying to give you the benefit of the doubt that you didn't have enough followers." Anyway, you need to subscribe to your channel so my kids, or to our channel, so my kids think I'm cool. Please
tell
do
them
that
it's
right
in the-
now.
It's in the thousands on Spotify and Apple. Come on.
Sure.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
yes. I don't think my kids even remember us being on the radio, really. I don't think
No.
we are not cool. I am not cool.
I don't remember us being
I don't
on
think
the radio
I had
either.
a hope. Yeah.
I've
So
forgotten.
anyway, whatever.
I've forgotten.
They
Well,
were
Cheryl
little.
had commented to say she thinks you're cool, Rachel.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
And Chris had
Glad
commented
someone
to
does.
say, you can always tell them this and not be ashamed by your subscriber count. Because if
Okay.
you and 200 people showed up at the kids' school, the principal would say she has a problem on her hands.
Well, that's
Oh,
true.
that's a
yeah.
good point.
Get
Yeah, I
200
mean,
people physically in a
room.
room together, and it's a
Yeah.
lot.
That's a lot of people, right?
Yes.
Let me check how many
But
subscribers.
so is a
we have.
million. So, just saying.
Can't fit
Yeah.
them in a room, can you?
No.
No, you can't. You can't. A
Sorry to
million
burst
is a
that-
lot. It's quite
Sorry
a
to
lot.
burst the bubble there, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I said, well, not everybody has that, guys. So you can't.
There's we have an email from Bill who sent a message to underwhelming.ca.
Okay.
Also have a Instagram message from Aaron.
Okay.
These are all about former topics. So how about what from last week? A good idea, bad idea. The croc-infested waters for the Olympic rowing.
Sure.
events.
Yeah. Okay.
Great idea. Yeah.
No, that's a bad idea.
That's a great idea.
And Rachel, you had asked, can't you find a body of water where there
Yeah.
aren't crocs?
Right.
And we both said in Australia? No, that's impossible.
That's
Don't they have
impossible.
lakes that don't have
No.
crocs?
No.
It's Australia.
Well, I
As-
don't know.
as
Literally,
Aaron
it's a very
says-
big country.
Everything in Australia wants to literally kill you.
Okay.
But also, you probably don't know, crocodiles are able to jump out of the water vertically and can run 20 kilometers an hour for short bursts. So
No.
that's definitely a very bad, no good idea.
Yeah, it's a very
Well,
bad idea.
I don't, what are the odds they're going to jump out of the water? Well,
Just take one of the rowers.
There are croc tours you can take in Australia where they take you on a tour and literally they put a raw chicken on a stick, dangle it over the surface
Yes,
of the
and out
water,
they
and wait
come.
for crocodiles to jump up and get it.
Oh my. How do they know? How can they guarantee that the croc's not going to eat me? You know, they can't.
Well,
It doesn't matter, Rachel. Everything in Australia is trying to kill you.
it's
Yeah.
not the croc, then it's the snakes or the spiders or
The
the whatever.
spiders. Oh
or
my
the
God,
emus, or the it doesn't matter.
I've
Those
heard kangaroos
jacked
are quite
kangaroos.
combative. Yeah, that's right.
Bam.
Okay. Bam. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Bill has a message to
Okay.
underwhelming.ca.
Go ahead.
Hi, guys and girl. Love your show and listen while I walk my dog. Thank you.
Oh,
Nice,
thank you,
nice,
Bill.
nice.
I had a great laugh with Forman's freezer and the breast milk. So awesome. Not my freezer, Bill.
No, not for no. not
His
your-
mom's, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it reminds me of cleaning out my parents last year and found steak. It was over 20 years old, and I completely forgotten about that product. Steak. Oh, Steakum. Steakum?
Steakum.
Here comes.
A Steakums. Is that a
I
thing?
remember Steakums.
Steakum.
Steakums?
Is how we
I
wrote
don't
it.
know what that was. but
Okay. Yeah, I think
It
I
doesn't
I don't know if
sound
I
like-
ever had it, but I remember
It's sort of like a Pringle. It's not really a food. Like for
it rings
Is
a
it like
bell in
Spam?
terms of advertising. I don't know.
Steakums.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's 100% beef Steakum sliced steak in a box for a freezer.
Really?
Like
20 years
shaved,
old.
shaved lunch meat in a box.
Oh, that would be very bad. Yeah, that would be not very good.
Worse than a cat?
It's not worse than a cat.
Is it
No.
shaved?
No, and if the
Shaved.
cat's there 20 years from now, even I will be angry about that.
Okay. Well, it's not your cat.
Yeah. Thank God.
That it? Are we done?
So
There is a
steak 'em.
voice memo.
Oh, we
Oh,
do?
good. Okay.
This never ends. Okay. All right.
Thank you for all the commentary this week. And of course, from all the way out in East Stewiacke, Nova Scotia.
Stewiacke.
Everything ends with an ack out there.
Yeah. I think it's Acadiac.
Shediac. Stewiacke.
Shubenacadie, Sam.
Shubenacadie,
I don't
yeah.
know. Dildo.
No, that's not an ack.
That's Newfoundland.
No, sorry.
All right, here's Scotty.
In your last episode, Dave said that he went to a Jackson 5 concert shortly after Michael Jackson made Thriller. And the opening act was a juggler. So a juggler was making people wait to see Michael Jackson. Wow. He must have really had a lot of balls. Sorry.
It's okay. He didn't.
He just about. Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
just
he should,
click.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Click.
Yeah. I don't remember.
That's so funny.
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Well, if he
Scotty
was
did.
juggling everything and anything, I can imagine how many balls he had.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily like a good juggler. If you're opening for
Maybe you
Michael
only need
Jackson,
3?
you think you're just juggling balls?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Like
He had so
and
many
especially at night on a huge stage. I
Yeah.
believe there was
Yeah.
fire and all. Yeah, it
oh,
was.
sure.
Yeah, it was.
But also a
juggling,
lot of
but
balls,
still,
probably. He had a few.
It was still.
At least 2.
The bottom line is he was a juggler. Okay.
Okay.
It's still juggling,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
not
too
a
bad.
moonwalk. You know what I'm saying?
That was the highlight of that guy's life. I'm telling you right now.
Complete with fire and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.